Iran is allowed 24 days to clean up any suspicious nuclear sites before inspectors get a first look. Listen to what former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani, had to say about the deal.
I consider this deal to be very, very dangerous, probably one of the most reckless deals ever made by an American president. You make a deal with a mass murderer?
Former Central Intelligence Director James Woolsey is with us now. James, welcome back to the program.
Good to be with you.
You've got this time period where you tell the Iranians, we want to come and see this, and they've got a certain time period to clean things up. Now, you are the former director of the CIA. Is that time enough for a suspicious site to be cleaned up?
Surely, it depends on how much is there, but they don't need a huge amount of equipment to be working on, let's say, one or two warheads. I think this is just one of those features of the agreement that is extremely suspicious and dangerous as long as it's an agreement with Iran. If this were an agreement with Denmark, we could work it. Yeah. But it's not.
Now, there's a limit to what you can tell us, obviously, but as director of the CIA, can you tell us whether or not we really do know what is going on in the nuclear facilities inside Iran? Do we know?
Well, we learned what was going on there in part through dissident groups that gave us information that we didn't have from overhead reconnaissance and the like. Look, the fundamental problem here is that we are dealing with a government that is the lead sponsor of terrorism in the world and is composed of theocratic, totalitarian, genocidal imperialists. And each of those words, I think, can be defended.
That's pretty strong stuff, so, James.
Well, they're theocrats, obviously. Yep. They're totalitarian. Ask any relative of the kids who were killed in '09 for demonstrating in the streets. They're genocidal. They call continually, and the head of the country, the government, calls continually for the destruction of America and especially Israel. And they're imperialists. Look at Syria, look at Lebanon, look at Iraq, look at Yemen. Their empire is growing. I think that's the problem. That's who we're dealing with. It is not Denmark.
James, we're just getting this in from Reuters. This is a fresh dispatch just coming at us. Russia and Iran, says Reuters, are in talks with Russia over supplying super jets to Iran. That's Reuters quoting the Russian transportation minister. What's your response to that?
Well, this is just the beginning. I mean, if these sanctions are lifted, our lever goes away. And Iran's behavior in arming itself to be an effective head of its empire is going to take place. That's the bet that the president and the administration have made, is that they can get Iran to act like Denmark. And I think the chance of that is very, very tiny.
If you were in government today, would you say, yes, we can trust Iran, and yes, we can verify this agreement?
No, we cannot trust Iran, and we cannot, I don't think, effectively verify this agreement as long as it is with Iran. Iran, the structure of the agreement is compatible with people working together if both are proceeding in good faith, but Iran will not be, almost certainly will not be.
James Woolsey, former director of the CIA, thank you very much for joining us on a very important subject, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good to be with you.
Yes, sir.